Hello. Listen, there is one thing I know as an entrepreneur, and that is how critical and important it is for you and I to guard our confidence. Listen, you and I are doing things that most normal people don't do. We are out blazing new trails that most people aren't willing to even go. And when we are trying for new ideas and we're trying for new things, there are going to be critics and people that are going to try to bring you down, because guess what? It's easier to bring you down than it is to try to raise their game up to your level. So when you are doing new things, you got to guard your confidence. And I'm going to give you 3 tips on how to do this. But before I do, let me just share how this all came about. Earlier in the week, I was having dinner with a couple friends. So my wife and I went to dinner with Jill and Josh Stanton, and then Yuri and his wife, Amy Elcom. And Jill, knowing that I'm preparing for my own launch, she asked the question, hey, what do you think about doing your own launch versus all the launches that you've done for somebody else? Do you feel any difference? And I was like, heck yeah, I do. Because listen, I have been behind the scenes helping strategize and develop launches for many, many people. And, for example, last year with my partnership with Michael Hyatt, we did 4 7-figure launches throughout the year. So it was a huge year. But doing a launch for somebody else in the strategy, totally different than doing it for yourself. And here's why. When you do it for yourself, there is a ton of mental baggage. What do I mean by mental baggage? I'm talking about things like self-confidence and the self-doubt that, creeps in, and the limiting beliefs and all that kind of stuff. There's all kinds of mental baggage that we have when it's our own product, our own course, our own membership, our own launch, whatever it is. And so we have to guard our confidence, because if we don't, it's very, very easy to get derailed. Because when you're trying new things and you're doing all kinds of new stuff, you're going to have people that are going to cast all kinds of doubts. You're going to have people that are going to throw sticks and stones, and it's their own mental baggage that's popping up when they're doing that. For example, I've been releasing a bunch of videos that we've worked incredibly hard on, and one guy the other day commented on it. He's like, you know what? I didn't even watch the video to know that this is nothing more than a travel blogger who's comes from a rich, wealthy background, and that's why they're able to do what they're doing. I was like, what? I'm like, dude, obviously you didn't watch the video, because A, I'm not a travel blogger. B, I definitely did not come from a wealthy background. Everything that I have created, I have earned, and it's because I had great people around me who supported and believed in me. But I started everything from the scratch. And so you're going to have all kinds of people that are going to cast doubts and throw sticks and stones and all that kind of stuff. But listen, here's 3 ways that you and I as entrepreneurs can guard our confidence. Number 1, have a clear strategy. Listen, when all else fails, when you have a clear strategy, it is very hard for you to get derailed, because you know exactly what your next steps are. I see entrepreneurs who stumble because they don't know what it is that they're going to be doing next, or they don't have a clear strategy. And what happens is that when somebody casts a little bit of doubt their way, they second guess themselves, and then they backtrack, and then now they're completely off the rails. So my advice is have a clear strategy. Going into a launch that I'm coming up in August 18th is when I'm going live with it. I've had a clear strategy from day 1, and it was broken down into 5 phases. Right now we're entering into phase 2 of that whole launch plan. But the bottom line is, because I've been clear on my overall strategy, it's been very hard for me to get derailed, because it's just a matter of executing on that strategy. So the first tip to guarding your confidence is to have a clear strategy. Second tip, you got to have supportive voices in your life. I just finished doing an interview today with John Corcoran. And he asked, were there some influential people who really helped you along the way? Like, if I was at my own award ceremony, who would I thank? And there's a ton of people, obviously, like my parents and my wife and my family, like my brother-in-law and my brother-in-law on both sides, and all kinds of friends, mentors. The bottom line is, you and I have to have supportive voices in our lives. Because, listen, being an entrepreneur, it's not easy. We're going to have our ups and our downs, and let me know if you've ever experienced ups and downs, because I certainly have. And when you have your downs, you need people who can speak into you and bring you right back up. One of the things I was saying was that, for a lot of the partnerships that I have had, where I've been behind the scenes, I have also served as a voice of confidence. I've been that supportive voice because we need people to believe in us more than we believe in ourselves. And I had this happen to me recently. Like last year, I had an incredible moment when Reed Tracy, the CEO of Hay House, he believed in me more than I believed in myself. And because of his belief and his act of generosity, which is another story for another day, but it set off a whole domino effect of positive things that have happened in my life. He was a tremendously supportive voice. Same with friends like Jeff Walker, huge supportive voice. And not only just speaking into our lives, but like speaking into it with actions that demonstrate their support for who we are and what we are doing. And so there's two sides to this coin. One, seek out those supportive voices. Look to find friends, mentors, mastermind partners, whoever who can help coach you and support you and encourage you. Second thing is be the supportive voice for others. And not only vocalize, but demonstrate your support by taking action. That can be supporting them. It can be like sending them a congratulations note, just sending them a supportive thing. In fact, like when I'm finished here on my way home, there's somebody that I'm going to be sending a voice message to because I was listening to their podcast and it was amazing. So there's so many ways that you and I could be a supportive voice. We want to seek them and we want to be them. So that's number 2. Number 3 on the ways that you can guard your confidence. This is the most important one. Know your why. Because listen, it is a roller coaster being an entrepreneur. You're high one minute, you're down the next, and it's very easy to swing either way and with the flick of a switch. But here's what I want you to know. When you have a bigger why, when you know your why and you're crystal clear on your why, that's like the guiding star that just keeps you focused. So for me, like a lot of the time, it has to do with all the things that my wife and I have going on with our charity. My wife and I have a charity where we build schools over in Kenya. And that has been an experience and that has been a guiding light for me when it comes to all the business. That's the ultimate why. For me, the more money I make, the more impact I can have. And that has never rung more true than it is right now. And that's my why. My why is to impact not only the people who are buying from me and all that kind of stuff, but the ripple effect of what I can now do with the money that is generated from those products and services that I end up selling. So that's my big why. We all have different bigger whys. We just got to get clear on it. And when you're clear on it, man, that is going to help you guard your confidence because this is not for your own purposes or what have you. So people can say what they want and they can try to attack you and derail you or whatever. But none of that matters because that has nothing to do with the bigger why, and that's what keeps you focused and helps you guard your confidence. So the 3 things to guard your confidence. Number 1, ready? Make sure you have a clear strategy. Number 2, find supportive voices. And number 3, know your why. I want to know, what do you do to protect your confidence? Let me know in the comments because I think the more we as entrepreneurs can help each other protect our confidence, the more we can do amazing things in this world. It's not easy being an entrepreneur, but you and I, we're the ones that are making stuff happen. Entrepreneurs are the ones that are changing this world, and that's why I love and believe in entrepreneurs so much. So let me know in the comments what you do to protect your confidence. And hopefully, as a community, we'll get better at doing that. So that's all for now. Love you. Peace. Talk to you soon. Bye.